thing is, I also like working, but I've also got like other human beings and responsibilities, so I've got to like balance that all. But if I've got free time, I work because I enjoy it.
And I think the culture that we have now is that we look at people who have put in their 10,000 hours, the way that they work, and then want to emulate the way that they work, even though we do not have the 10,000 hours.
And that's very difficult. Like, it's very difficult to rest when the work is not done because it's never done.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hustle&Heart.
Miss Producer, what's the topic for today?
Hello, Kopano.
I figured you missed me. Because, I was listening to the way that you were talking to everybody about me and you. It's like, it can be one shot because, it's me and Kopano. I was like, I think you missed me.
I saw you this morning.
What do you
I
mean?
see you every day.
But
Kopano.
you didn't see me in person.
Every day. I don't know how that changes. Like, I
It
see
really
you
does.
every day.
Wabona,
Every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
No,
Thursday, Friday.
when I leave Jen, what
And then you message me on Saturday and then you call me on Sunday. Like, no, I can 100%
But my
unequivocally, without shame, fear of any repercussions.
But like as a person though.
Say no. I see you every day. Do I not see you every day?
No, you see when
Every
they say
day.
Gen Alpha, ne? Gen
Every
Alpha does not
day.
know the difference between online
I
and
see
offline.
you and you're probably the person that I speak to the most. There are days when I speak to you more than I speak to the people that I live with. So no.
No, seriously, like being in person is different.
If you say so. I can't switch you off. Can't mute. Yeah, that's maybe it. Very different.
So we have a producer.
We do have a producer. Her name is Polisile and she's got a YouTube channel. You guys should follow her YouTube channel.
She does. We found
I
a
haven't
YouTube
watched
video.
it yet,
I was
though.
like, yay!
I saw a clip and I was like, I'm so proud of her because she's been putting this thing off and she's got like a bajillion subscribers. So she's been shy.
But she also has people who support her. Like people are just like, oh my gosh, I'm praying for your 10,000. I was just like, yay!
I haven't seen that. I'm gonna go watch it. I just saw that she came in on a public holiday to record, so I was like,
oh no, I love that for her.
The girl is busy.
and she's in the ClubSheIs studio, which I think is like the best place to like create content. So I love it. I love that she's right here. I love that you didn't go hide in your house and go record there. That you actually came here and recorded. I love that for you.
But I do need to say, do your filming for you because you were out of focus. Oh, I was like, Polly, come on. So I will do the setup for you and then I will disappear.
I listened to the sound.
Yeah, we're professionalism here. But
It's
anyway,
fine.
that's not what we're talking about. Today's podcast is not about Polly, even though she's a great producer.
She's a producer. She's here. We also have Caravelle. We've got a team, guys. Last time we were filming and doing season 1 of Hustle&Heart, and it was dark, and it was just the two of us. And it took just as long to set up. It literally did. It took forever to get that set up, but it was warm. It was cozy. But now we have season 2, and season 2 has got a studio
and a team.
So the girlies are growing. All right. So, Ms. Producer, what's the topic for today?
The topic is, are we addicted to being busy?
I don't know because I'm not on the other side of that question.
You didn't give me the notes, so I don't have the answer. They refused. I asked them for the notes, and then they said, no, you must speak from your heart. I said, okay, my heart doesn't know anything.
Nyaki likes working.
I don't know.
Nyaki likes working.
Of course I like working. I like money.
But the thing is, I also like working. But I've also got like other human beings and responsibilities, so I've got to like balance that all. But if I've got free time, I work because I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy solving problems. I don't know if that makes sense. Like finishing the task.
I like money, so I don't enjoy work. I enjoy money that comes from working.
But I think especially in this day and age, there's a huge like discourse about like women working very hard and hustling all the time and all of those things, and women running the world, they're very busy, everybody's burning out. I think that's kind of where the conversation comes from, which is it's like, is there actually an obsession with working too hard? But we also come from the era of like Gary V and him telling you to like, you will sleep when you die.
Wake up at 5 a.m. I don't wake up at 5 a.m. That's not something I'm ever prepared to do.
But you will sleep late.
Yeah, because I'm working.
Yeah, but it's just the opposite. Like some people will never wake up early, but you can all night on something, especially if it's fascinating.
Yes.
So it's just the other way around. Other people wake up early. I know a person who can wake up at like 3 a.m. and go. But as soon as 10 p.m. comes, they're out like a light. Can't do past 10 p.m. But you can do like the inverse.
Probably, yes.
So are you addicted to like the hard work hustle
Yes.
culture?
Yes.
Is it rewarding?
Not right now, no. Still having to do it. So no, it is not rewarding. So maybe I should try less working. Work less.
So I've got this theory, right? And it's not a theory because it's actually been done by people before, which is, and I have to do this because I literally have very limited time, which is focusing on the potency of your work. So like the quality of your work as you're doing it. So focus on the most income generating tasks. And some tasks take really long, but if you're focusing on the 20%, like the Pareto rule basically says, if especially if you're in a leadership position, you need to, and or you are a very important brain of the thing that is happening. Like for example, if you are a film producer, and you have the ability to make amazing scenes, you shouldn't spend all day setting up the scene. You should be giving the vision to people to set up the scene so that you can sleep and come and basically put a bow on it and then film. So if, for example, if you are a strategist, you shouldn't be spending all day gathering
Researching.
information, researching, doing all of that other stuff. It is actually better for you to sleep while people do that, so that by the time you get there, your potency is better. But if I feel like people have an itchiness to work, like if I don't work, then I won't make money, or like something's gonna go wrong. Like I have to work so I feel like I'm being productive. Whereas you're most productive when you have everything you need and you've got good rest, for example, and then you get there with everything you need, as opposed to you running around, getting all that stuff, being tired, and then by the time you get to the topic, you're uninspired.
Makes sense. I can see that. I can see that. I just think that like the opposite is true, right? Where people actually don't work hard enough, I think. I
It's the
think
quality of work, Nyaki.
no. Quality is one thing, right? But I do think like you have to get, in order for you to have quality work, you have to put in your 10,000 hours. And I think the culture that we have now is that we look at people who have put in their 10,000 hours, the way that they work, and then want to emulate the way that they work, even though we do not have the 10,000 hours.
You haven't paid your school fees.
So if it's going to take me 20 minutes to do a set, right, to set this up, it will take me 20 minutes, right, because I've done it like hundreds of times. It takes Chloe 2 hours to do the same thing. She can't after an hour be like, oh well, I'm done working, because she actually hasn't. I don't know why we're finding Chloe, but she hasn't done the 10,000 hours. So I think the culture says like, yeah, don't be busy, you don't have to be busy, but we're benchmarking against people who have been busy, who've done the 10,000 hours. A joke in my family is my parents' overnight success, right? So 40-year overnight success. My parents have been working for their whole lives. Like they literally had one business for 18 years that they showed up every day, every day. Not on a Monday to Friday, every day, even public holidays, even Christmas, right? The business was operating and they were working in the business. And then people, you see them now and it's just like, yo,
They're living such a nice
They're
life.
living such a nice life. They're
Guys,
living like
nobody lives a better life than Yaki's parents.
No,
okay?
nobody
like,
does.
Honestly, like
Nobody
for me, I'm just like,
does.
listen, they are just like khabare role model. Ne?
But I can
Like,
tell
seriously.
you for 100% certain, I know what they were doing on the 25th of December in the year 2000. They were at work. They, like, do you know what I mean? So there is a 10,000 hours, and the 10,000 hours could be for, like, obviously it's not specifically 10,000 hours. The writers will tell you that it is, and the research people will give you that kind of information. But it's to say, like, you can't push against the we're too busy culture, or whatever. If you actually do not have the skill to produce quality work, because until you're able to actually produce quality work, then You must
You
work.
can't. You actually don't have the right to say that. Like, okay, so Malcolm Gladwell is the person who popularized the whole 10,000 hours thing. And we always say, like, oh, these writers, but he actually did a lot of research to get to the 10,000 hours. He studied people who are able to have that output, who are able to do something that takes like an hour and do it in 15 minutes. And this is the whole thing about charging as well. People would be like, yeah, it takes me 15 minutes, but it took me 10 years to learn this thing.
Yeah.
So until you have gotten to a level of excellence or ability, you don't actually have even the right to say that I'll only work this much. You actually have to accumulate your 10,000 hours. If it takes you 5 years to accumulate that 10,000 hours or 10 years to accumulate it, the point is you must have found the tricks of the trade. You have to have made enough mistakes to learn things, to gain insights, and some of those things that you're only going to learn on the job by feeling the fire yourself to get to the point where you can have that potency and that level. And you're right. Unfortunately, now, because it's almost like, the pendulum has swung in the complete opposite direction, because we were on one side, we were like, Hazard, sleep when you die. And then now we're on the other side saying, no, you must love yourself, give yourself grace. But you're just like,
Work 3 hours a day. Yeah, you can work 3 hours a day. So if you're finding this episode useful, I have something that I think is going to interest you as an entrepreneur. If your business is not paying you at least 35,000 Rand per month, we've developed a free audit that is going to help you assess what the issues could be. I know as a busy entrepreneur, you get into the rut of doing the work, like pushing every day, pitching, but there's something that you're missing. This audit helps you identify what that is and helps you figure out what to do about it. See the details below on how you can access it completely for free. Let's get back to the episode. If you've worked 20 hours a day before
back then,
and you've built the credibility to be able to do that. So like the value, yes, is, work-life balance 100%. Like we should absolutely rest. And it's actually one of the things that I've been very specific and very like intentional about this year to say. I was actually on a podcast with my church community, and one of the things that the guy says, his name is Mandalaka, he's basically saying that like the children, so as children of God, it was like fundamentally profound. So basically what he was talking about, like during the Passover, right? Or yeah, when the Egyptians were whatever, Israelites,
the last plague,
the
the
Egyptians,
Passover.
yeah. So they had to mark on the door, right? They had to put the mark of the
blood of the lamb.
blood of the lamb on the door, right? So what we learn from that is that generally God will mark his children, right? So it was either the lamb or whatever kind of mark that sets apart these people. And so when God instructs us to rest as part of a command, which is like one of the commandments, is that is how God marks his people. So God's people rest.
They
right?
have the
so
ability
Israelites
to rest.
and they rest not because work is finished or work is done or work is not there. They rest because they trust God, right? And so like that for me was the mind shift to say, yes, I do have work. Yes, I am busy, but to be marked, and for people to identify that I am in fact a child of God, I will rest, right? I will observe the Sabbath, or I will observe a Sabbath, right? Whichever day that is. And it doesn't have to be like in its entirety where you don't switch on lights and you don't like, there's obviously like, extent to that, but making sure that I'm actually taking time out to say like, you know what? Today is not a day that I need to put the effort in. I'm believing that God is going to take care of me. And so he will put the effort in on my behalf, and I'm going to do something else, whether it's go to church, whether it's plug into community, whether it's spend time with the people that I love, right? Being able to take time off is actually what the conviction that I have had this year is the mark of God's chosen people. So like that was the conviction that I got with around that. That doesn't though, however, mean that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm not working, because fundamentally what I believe from where I am and the goals and the ambitions that I haven't done my 10,000 hours. I've done 10,000 hours in other things, right? If I were to, I don't know, run a coffee shop, I've done my 10,000 hours. I can set up a coffee shop tomorrow and it'll be done and it will make like it will do the things, right? But for what I'm trying to build, and the amount of money, guys, I was looking at my finances and I was just like,
there's a gap. We have to close the
there
gap.
is a very big gap on like, I mean, I've gotten to a certain point and I know where I need to be because, I'm supposed to be turning 40 and being not working. But like what I've gotten and like, I just need more, right? There's just too much.
Acceleration needs to happen.
Right. And
Yeah.
so I know that what I'm building for is that. And so I don't have the luxury to say work-life balance. I could if I wanted to, like, the thing is the difference, and maybe this is the difference between the way that my life is structured and the way that Kopano's life is structured, is that Kopano does have a longer period, right? Kopano doesn't necessarily want to or need to retire in the next 3 years or in the next 4 years. She still wants to have kids she's don't have more kids. Don't have more kids. Not having more kids, but she might. But she still wants to, like, do the whole thing, like drop offs and do like she still wants. There's still a routine in her life. Like, guys, at 40, I don't want a routine.
You want to live the life your parents are living now.
Like,
That's basically
listen,
the thing that you want.
guys, my parents are currently, they're sending us messages. They're like, oh yeah, we had to leave this hotel because it's the only one that
Because
doesn't
they
have.
don't experience winter. Like, I just.
So
It's
basically,
crazy.
yeah. So like there is the whole thing is like how much effort you put in now is the reward and the return that you're gonna see into the future.
It's a balance, though, isn't it? Like, the thing I'm currently struggling with, funny enough, and it's a different part of the Bible, which is Psalm 127. And if the Lord does not establish it, the builder will work in vain. But there's a specific part that literally says that his children, it means that he will be able to provide for the children who are able to have rest. Like, his children can rest because he can they will provide for them. And that part for me, ne, it's like, okay, his children can rest, yes, and then provide at the same time. I'm like, but Lord, I get it. We must rest. But when you look at the interpretation of that verse, it says that they can rest because I provide for them.
Yeah.
Right? And it's the understanding that it's the faith to say that.
So I would double down on that to say they can rest and they do rest.
And they do rest, right? And that's the thing. So when you read it, it says that they do rest and the Lord provides for them. And then when you look at the interpretation, it says that they can because he provides. Yeah. And that, for me, it's almost like the left and the right side of my brain are literally in a wrestle, because I'm just like, okay, the work is not done, but I rest because I believe that the Lord has got me.
Yes.
And that's very difficult. Like, it's very difficult to rest when the work is not done because it's never done.
I mean, it can be done. It can be done.
But like,
there's loops that need to be closed.
It's going to be done at like, and that's very true. So unfortunately for me, I end my day when you guys end your day at 5. That's like my first end. I've got 2 ends. I've got a 5 p.m. end, where I'm just like, okay, the team can go and I've done what I think I can do with the team, and then I pick up my laptop again between 8 and 10 p.m. because I just can't get the same amount of work done during the same hours that you guys get the work done. Does it make sense?
Yes.
So, but in order for me to be satisfied, there are certain loops that must be closed. For example, if we have a masterclass, that thing has to be ready by 8.
Yeah.
There is no other way. That loop must be closed on time. Then there are other things which you can kind of kick the can down, but it also has a limit. So it's that struggle to say that I'm not done today. There's so many things I wanted to do today. But then there's the things that absolutely the day cannot end without them being done. I can't sleep until those things are done, unfortunately. Also because the business is ours. So those things have to be done. Then there's other things that I want them to be done today. They're not done today. And I should rest. All of that can be true at the same time. And your ability to actually fall asleep. There's a difference between being in bed and your mind is playing a movie, because that happens as well. And you actually being able to have peaceful sleep is that they can rest because the Lord provides for them. It's that whole, it's that weird little place. So, and also even being able to go on holiday or even take a couple of days off and switch off. The work is not done and work is still going on. But if you don't rest adequately, you're not going to be efficient when you come back. Like, we have, our clients are all like that. I don't know what it is about our clients, but they love their work and they have so much impact on their work. So they struggle to rest. but we're constantly having the conversation with them to say, like, switch off, go.
Yeah.
It's important because we can see that they are so much more brilliant when they come back.
True. So are we addicted to rest? No. Well, not rest. Are we addicted to be busy? Sometimes, and only when it's necessary.
Yeah.
I suppose that's like the antithesis of a definite of an addiction. You're just like, yeah. Now only take the crack when I need it. Just like, when I need to, then I take it. So no.
Yeah.
So yes, I think there's definitely a cause to say, like, are we addicted to being busy? Yes. Am I addicted to being busy? I'm not sure. I would say I'm learning to be busy. But I also know, like, the capacity at which I need to operate to achieve my dreams and to achieve my goals, and a lot of them bearing on financial goals. And if it means that I need to, like, diversify my income or find other things to do, like, those are the things then I need to add on to be
Yeah.
able to get to that level, without completely exhausting the 16 hours of a day that I have and the 5 days or the 6 days of work that I should have. That's it.
I think it's a balance, and it's a struggle. It's not a struggle, but we'll continue to wrestle with that question.
Is that what you were asking, Polly? Done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay!
Cool. Bye.